Welcome to Militant Geek Preparedness. What I'm wanting to do is kind of a continuation of Mike Tango Whiskey's I Will Never Consider That when it comes to compi or compasses, right? I'm going to call it compi just because that's got to get under somebody's skin. So he will never consider a compi, and he's got compi. He's got a bunch of compi. They're hanging right there. I've only got one compass in my hand here. I do have multiple compi, but in my hand I only have one, and yeah, it goes in my bug out bag. But what is it that I would not consider? See, here's the important thing: use case scenario. The reason I have a compass and Mike Tango Whiskey refuses is because we have different use cases. I do have woods. I do have situations to where I may need to navigate with a compass and a map. Probably rare, but it does exist. It does exist. For me. For him, not so much. Now, there's going to be a little flip-flop here, because what is it that I won't consider? Water storage. Water storage. Why? I mean, there's all kinds of water storage. Oops, wrong one. All kinds of water storage there. You know what I mean? Many options to choose from. You can even go with the little bags that fit in a bathtub. Although we don't have a bathtub, we just have a stand-up shower, so wouldn't work so well in our case. But there's tons of options. I kind of like the water bricks. I like the water bricks. I like how they stack. I like the design. But nevertheless, I would never consider it. Never. Why? Well, for one, our home is roughly around, I think it's just under 400 square foot. So we've got a small house. We've got a pretty small house. Just like I say, just under 400 square foot. So it's hard enough to store the things that we need to live, along with things for preparedness and anything else. I mean, it can be a little tough to get everything packed in here like sardines. So adding water storage is going to take away from the room that we don't have to begin with. So why am I not so worried about? Come on. It's water, right? Didn't I just harp on Prepper now because he's too lazy to learn about how his water system, his well system works and stuff like that, so that he could repair it if it goes down instead of paying $3,000 for somebody else to do it for him? Yeah. So why would I not consider water storage? Well, I don't need it. What do you mean you don't need it? Everybody gotta have a day and you'll die and... Yeah, you're right. You're right. I would say probably about 5 gallons per individual. Not a gallon. About 5 gallons per individual per day. That seems reasonable. So, why am I not worried about it? Well, I don't know. Going back to that whole use case thing, right? I live in Illinois, so it's not like I got to worry about ocean water with salt in it or anything like that, right? That's not going to be an issue. This is our little town here, and pretty little town. You notice in the town, there are multiple little lakes in the town, little ponds in the town, mainly over here on the east side, but still. If you go just north of town, you will run into Silver Lake, which is our lake. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be enough water in there for peoples. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. And there's these things called buckets that you can carry water in. And here's the thing. right? You've probably seen one of these before. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I would think that you've seen one before, but I mean, you never know these days. I mean, maybe not. Ever seen one of those before? It's kind of a newfangled idea, I think. It's called a water tower. Right, you know how that works? You pump water into the water tower, and gravity distributes the water. It's pretty amazing, and gravity's been pretty reliable. I don't know, I'm 53. It's been pretty reliable all my life. Gravity works, and sometimes gravity sucks. So, we've got a water tower here. Now we just have to figure out how is it that we can get the water from the lake. I don't know. That's a pretty tough call there. I don't know. And then, after we get it from the lake, we have to get it to the water treatment facility, right? Right? Water treatment facility. I don't know. Don't know anything about that. I don't know if we've got we do. A water treatment facility. So we've got a lake, a water treatment facility, and most certainly we have a water tower. Now, hey, what is the only thing missing out of this picture? And don't give me chemicals. What is the only thing missing out of this picture? Let's see. We have a lake, so the water's there. We have a water treatment plant to be able to clean the water. We have a water tower. The only thing that we're missing is electricity to make it all work. Do you suppose that a group of men might be able to organize by chance? I don't know. Come up with a plan to be able to get that system back functioning, even if there was a major grid down event? Do you think that's at all possible, that there might be men capable enough to figure that out? You see, preppers could do a whole hell of a lot more if they wanted to. But they're too busy copying each other. Copying each other's bug out bags. That's why everybody's got a compass when they don't need it. That's why a lot of people have a lot of water storage put back that they really don't need, because they do have access to water. They just might have to work. I will not consider water storage. My plan doesn't stop at trying to get the infrastructure working. Doesn't. That's like ideal. That's like the most ideal. But I can most certainly carry 5-gallon buckets, I should say, 5-gallon buckets of water that I can filter myself. I would much rather use that room that I would store that water to store something else that I don't have immediate access to. The reason for the plan to try to fix them. See, look, here's the deal. There's a lot of people that are waiting for somebody else to do it for them. There is so much of the prepping community that aren't really preppers, because their entire system relies on somebody else doing for them. You know, you ask, quote unquote, and I'm not I'm a tot C prepper, turd on the carpet prepper, but I'm also a doomsday prepper, okay? So you have to take that in consideration too. These folks, I guess, think that they're going to be entitled to somebody firing up the refineries and bringing them fuel and all that good stuff at some point. Those aren't preppers. Those are posers. Preppers are busy working out plans on being able to deal with those issues directly, not by waiting for somebody else to fix the problem for them. See, we got, like any other town, we've got a city government. Why am I not just gonna relax and let the city take care of it if we were to have a major event? Well, for one, our city manager makes an incredible tyrant, but the dude couldn't pour piss out of a boot if the instructions were on the bottom of it. He knows how to spend money. He is great at spending taxpayer money. He is great at politicking. He is a real good politician. You understand? I think politicians are total pieces of shit because they're liars. He's great at that. He's great at that. But he's a piss poor excuse for a human being. And he wouldn't have the first clue on how to get any of this infrastructure going if it went down. He just wouldn't. He's a suit and tie tyrant. That's all he is. All he'll ever be. I don't like people like that. I don't like people that rely on the world for their life, but then wants to look down at that world like he does. Wants to control, wants to manipulate, wants to take advantage. I don't like people like that. We got a city manager that's like that. But think about your preps. Think wisely. Go through each and everything that you have and ask yourself, do I really need this? Why do I have this? And if the only thing you can say is it's better to have it and not need it, then you probably don't need it. Plain and simple. There's a lot of people that got a whole lot of gear and a whole lack of skill on using the gear. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. To ask somebody that does the things to stop talking about how it's important to do the things because it makes people that refuse to do the things feel better is ridiculous. And I won't have any part of it. What won't you consider? Mike Tango Whiskey won't consider a compass. I won't consider water storage. What won't you consider? Let me know. Shalom.